and he was up against it. We needed 2 goals to get promoted and get back up with a big time again. We got in around at 10 past 1. We got a roof. It was named to the rafters with people.
It was back in the days of transistor radios and listening in to scores from other games. The rumours were going around the terraces as to what was happening elsewhere.
Fredericks gets in there well.
Up and down for 90 minutes, cheering the same run, and the atmosphere was just electric.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now time to honour a very, very special West Ham United legend, the one and only Billy Bonds. And to lead the celebration, please welcome another true claret and blue legend, Billy's central defensive partner in the 1980 FA Cup final. It is Mr. Alvin Martin.
Thanks, Kelly. It's an honour to be here today. Out of all the players I played with during my time at West Ham, Billy Bonds is the one that helped me most. A wonderful man, respected by everyone that met him, apart from the opposition. Today, we've got a fabulous roster of ex-West Ham United great players who have come to pay tribute to Billy, spanning the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. I'm going to introduce them in quick fire order, so if you would like to put your hands together for first up, Brian Deere, Pat Holland, Kevin Rock, Brian Hawk Robson, Alan Taylor, Keith Robson, Mick McGibbon, Ray Stewart, David Cross, Paul Goddard, Bobby Barnes, George Paris, Steve Potts, Kevin Keane, Mark Ward, Stuart Slater, Alan McBride, Mark Mellon, Steve Jones, Jimmy Quinn, Tim Breaker, Kenny Brown Jr., Mark Robson, and Ludek McCloskey. And last but not least, Sir Trevor Bruggen. Say Trevor Bruggen stand. You're going to have Billy Bonds, your enforcer, right next to you once again. What do you think about that?
I'm in safe hands, there's no question of that. Look, he's going to come out with the family now. He's top quality fella, and I think a reflection of how we all thought of Bonzo is in how many of the old players have come to wish him all the best on a day like today. Enjoy it, Billy, and the family, and thanks for all the memories. Thank you.
Okay, it's time to introduce the man himself, a man that made 799 appearances, scored 61 goals, lifted 2 FA Cups as a West Ham captain, won 4 Ham of the Year awards, in all gave 27 wonderful years of service, Mr. Billy Bonds. It's an historical day. I think I'm as proud as you are. You must feel great.
Yeah, very emotional. I think it's a great honour to be, up there with this club. And I'm just overwhelmed. I'm very emotional, Stretch.
Okay. Only one thing now left to do. That's to open the stand and cut the ribbon. Billy's family are going to follow him. Mr. David Gold has got the scissors, and Billy is now going to cut the ribbon to open the stand. It's official! The Billy Gold stand is now open!
Of the game between West Ham and Newcastle. West Ham legend Billy Bonds is being honoured by the club by having a stand named after him here at the London Stadium. Now it's the turn of the current crop of players to make sure that the celebration continues into their game against Newcastle. One of the key players, Jamie Redknapp, is going to be Manuel Lanzini, who returns to the starting lineup.
Really like him, good footballer. Scores in big games as well. Got a great record in derby matches. It always seems to rise to the occasion. It's been a nightmare for him with his injury, terrible cruciate ligament. I think he's a top-class player. I also really like Felipe Anderson. He's very technical, plays on that left-hand side, can cut inside and shoot. And there's a lot of good players like that, Almiron, Perez as well, Kevin.
Going back to Lanzini, I think the biggest compliment I can give is when I was here when they first come with Payet.
and I know a lot of the fans took to fire, but this boy went under the radar with a lot of people. But when you spoke to anybody in that dressing room, they rated him just as highly as they did Dimitri Payet. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back in the chair today, and hopefully he'll perform for us.
You in a stadium full of West Ham fans, I think you're going to be looking ahead to that one. Look, it is a big game. It's a West Ham team who've done really well, particularly here at home. The Newcastle side who seem to be on something of a roll as we get into the business end of the season. What do you think is going to come down to, Jamie?
Yeah, that's right. And I think those 4 players that I mentioned, I just think they've got that bit of flair that can maybe do something different. And that's where I think this game could be won or lost. Whoever can impact the game in that midfield area, I think is going to win this game.
Well, to take you through the game itself and maybe to continue with the celebrations, it is your commentary team of Alan Smith and Alan Parry.
6'2", eyes of blue. Billy Bonds is after you. Proclaimed a huge banner on the East End that you can see there in the background that has just been named in his honour. A true West Ham legend. And on this nostalgic day for Hammers fans, with so many old favourites from Upton Park on view, it's good to see that they've finally taken to their new home. And that's been reflected on the field, with Manuel Pellegrini's team enjoying one of the best home records in the Premier League this season. He's never afraid to make changes. Lucas Fabianski is an ever-present in goal, but the coach swapped 5 outfield players for the midweek defeat at Manchester City and makes another 5 changes today. Aaron Cresswell returns at left-back, and there's a starting role for another Hammers legend, Mark Noble, alongside new star Declan Rice. In midfield, Robert Snodgrass gets the vote over Michail Antonio, and Manuel Lanzini makes his first start for 9 months following a serious knee injury. Up front, Andy Carroll is replaced by Javier Hernandez, who scored 2 goals when the Hammers beat Newcastle on Tyneside in December. Marko Arnautovic has recovered from illness and takes his place on the subs bench. Well, Newcastle are one of the informed teams in the country. Rafa Benitez has steered them to 4 wins from their last 6 games. Martin Dubravka has played a big part in their revival, and he's well protected by one of the meanest defences in the Premier League. A settled trio of central defenders, plus 2 wing-backs who play a little deeper in away games. It's the same 11 that started against Burnley in midweek. Local lad Sean Wagstaff making the same sort of impact that Rice is making for West Ham. Miguel Almiron an instant success. And up front, leading scorer Salomon Rondon continues to deliver goals and excellent hold-up play. Mo Diame, who's a former West Ham player, is named among the Newcastle substitutes. So can the Hammers bring Newcastle's revival to an end, or will Rafa's men continue their spectacular climb up the table? We're all set to go at the London Stadium. Kick-off just moments away. Great atmosphere and a welcome return for one of West Ham's stars, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, after so long out, a pleasure to have Manuel Lanzini back. I'm sure his teammates will be feeling the same way. He'll be hungry to get a hold of that ball because he is the kind of player that can give his team a spark. Newcastle get us underway. Although they've only won 2 away games all season, they have in fact taken points from visits to every club outside the top 6. And they've actually lost more games at home in this campaign than they have on their travels. So this could be a tough match for a West Ham team that has managed just 1 win in their last 6 games. But on a high here after the pre-match presentations and a tearful Billy Bonds opening the stand that's been named in his honour. First free kick goes the way of the home side. The challenge by Lascelles on Hernandez.
And that's why he's in now, to make those kind of runs down the channel. Hernandez with his pace, I think his overall game has got better actually over the last year or so.
And Robert Snodgrass usually on the money with his deliveries from this sort of position.
Two big central defenders in the mix, Diop and Angelo Ogbonna. An early test this for Dubravka in the Newcastle goal. He's had a great season, but he's had a couple of high-profile errors recently. Well, it was a poor delivery in the end, although I have to say the Newcastle player who rushed out seemed a lot less than 10 metres away from the ball. I think that's the point that Snodgrass was making there to the referee. The cross goes in eventually, and a nice, easy first take for Dubravka.
Well, those West Ham players want to take advantage of this atmosphere that was really buzzing with the Billy Bonds appearance. He'll want his team to continue in the kind of form they have been in 2019, unbeaten here so far.
Really has been a spectacular atmosphere since about half an hour before the kick-off. The appearance of West Ham players from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, even the 90s, all introduced to the crowd here. But the biggest roar of all, of course, for Billy Bonds. Darlow, the current West Ham stars, have just got to get on with it, and Anderson is certainly one of those, seeing his first sighting of the ball. They've got Snodgrass on the right flank. Here he is, taking over in that position from Antonio, who's a little unlucky to be dropped down to the bench, having scored in the last 2 home games. Noble with the through ball, good early cross, but not good enough to deceive Dubravka.
Yeah, good start though by the home team this. Noble just having the awareness to turn, and beautifully weighted pass.
Ryan Fredericks in ahead of Zabaleta at right back, and his pace could be tested today against Almiron, the new man for Newcastle. Ritchie there playing at left back, left wing back if you like, back to Lejeune, who tries to spread the play to Schar on the far side. It was Manquillo who came back and kept it in play there for Newcastle. Manquillo getting the vote ahead of Andre Yedlin as Newcastle mount their first attack. The ball through to Rondon, chance for him to hit it. Chance has gone.
Yeah, Rondon's got a battle on his hands up against Diop and Ogbonna today. Two strong central defenders, but the centre forward really does work hard.
Ball out to Ritchie, a great crosser of the ball normally, and the flag has gone up on the far side for offside. Spotted by referee Chris Cabana, who allows play to go on with West Ham in possession. But they pose a real threat down this left-hand side, Newcastle. Almiron favours that side of the field, and Ritchie, as I mentioned, has produced a lot of chances for his teammates this season.
Yeah, I mean, Ritchie will be trying to get forward. It'll be interesting who wins the battle between him and Snodgrass. Can the West Ham winger dominate his man pushing back?
Cresswell returning at left back for the Hammers, their first choice in that position, of course, although he's actually got a broken toe, which has been well protected by the medical team. I hope so, anyway. West Ham enjoying the early possession here. Lovely evening, mild night, crowd of around 50,000 here in the former Olympic Stadium. Fredericks in possession for the Hammers. Back it goes to Diop, the young Frenchman, having his longest run in the centre of defence. Scored his first ever Premier League goal in the last home game here against Fulham. Kept in play there by Anderson.
You would imagine West Ham have got more technically minded players, the sort that can keep hold of the ball a little better than Newcastle, control this match.
Snodgrass. Fredericks. Now Longstaff for Newcastle. Already become an established player, even though he didn't make his first team debut till Boxing Day. All the kind things being said about him. It'll be interesting, Alan, to compare Longstaff and West Ham's Rice today.
Yeah, I mean, he's enjoying a great run, isn't he? The youngster, alongside Hayden, with whom he's built up a good understanding. And we know what kind of season he's had. He talks as if he's still a centre-half, that eventually he will go back there, but I don't think his manager would be that keen at the moment.
Here's Fredericks getting into a good position again. Lascelles across on the cover to concede the opening corner of the game. Throw-in given in the end, but here's Noble. And that time it is a corner. Noble rested in midweek against Manchester City. The next game he plays, incidentally, will be his 400th league game for West Ham. Rice trying to get clear of his marker. Ogbonna in the mix there as well. Dubravka stays on it. West Ham take the lead. And it's that young man who scores again. Hey! The Hammers inflict the first blow on Newcastle United. Declan Rice, the scorer.
Well, we were here a few weeks ago to see this boy score against Arsenal. This one is a little bit more straightforward, a bit more forthright, the kind of goal you expect a natural centre-half to score, but Schar just does not stay with him, cannot influence the youngster, and in the end it's a simple enough header. Schar gets in an awful tangle, really. It's a lovely ball in, Dubravka stays on his line. What a start.
Only the second Premier League goal of his fledgling career. Just what this big crowd wanted. Just what Pellegrini wanted. He has, incidentally, the coach, got a very good record against Newcastle since he came to England. He's won 6 of 7 games against them. And off to the perfect start here. Ambitious long ball is bound to go out of play, and has. Well, the England assistant manager has got plenty of players to keep an eye on here today, and Rice will most certainly be one of them now that he has pledged his allegiance to England rather than the Republic of Ireland, for whom he appeared at under-21 and senior level.
Well, it is a position for England where they are a little short, you have to say. I don't know if that influenced his decision or not, but he's really enjoying his football at the moment.
Over the head of Longstaff, Hayden there to briefly win it back for the visitors. Fredericks just helps it on towards Anderson, who misjudged that once. Manquillo playing it early. Perez. Anderson getting back well, very well. Newcastle thought they should have had a free kick there. The assistant couldn't have been much closer to the incident, kept his flag down.
Well, for Rafa Benitez, Newcastle, it would have been all about frustrating the home team. He would have known the crowd had been up for it. Just to settle things first 10-15 in the way that they've done so successfully of late. I was expecting a disciplined, measured display. Bit of work to do now, though.
It's not a bad ball, stretching the West Ham defence, and in the middle, great challenge.
It's Diop, I think, with his foot in there.
Newcastle have won only 1 of 13 games this season in which they have conceded the opening goal, but that was against Manchester City. Schar looking to feed Ritchie down the left. A lovely ball to pick him out as well. Ritchie's first touch not the best, giving Fredericks the chance to regain possession for West Ham. Ritchie there to block. Perez coming in from the right wing, finding Manquillo. His cross much too deep. And an easy take for Lucas Fabianski.
Yeah, disappointing when he got Rondon in the middle of the goal there.
Cresswell. Here's Anderson. West Ham, although their form has gone down a little, have suffered just one defeat in their last 7 games here at the London Stadium. Anderson taking them forward menacingly here. Snodgrass tries to play it through, and I'm not sure Noble was his intended target, but the referee has stopped play with 2 players down injured, one in each half.
Yeah, it did look totally accidental. Cresswell just turning into his man. Kind of need a bit of mopping up here, but he's just turned away and neither could do much about it.
Ouch. Well, that's going to require treatment and possibly a change of shirt as well. And there is always the danger, of course, of concussion when you get head injuries like that. Stitches could be needed as well. A really nasty collision there.
Well, it was very much a man-to-man marking system there, you see, on the edge, as it was with Fabian Schar and the goal scorer. Just wondering whether Dubravka could have come for this. He gets a little block by his own man. It's a simple enough header in the end.
Well, he's sure to come into Gareth Southgate's thinking for the upcoming internationals for England. West Ham's young player of the year for the last 2 seasons, and now I'm sure one of the first names on the team sheet. And watching from the stands, the great Billy Bonds will have enjoyed the team and the goal in particular, and the way they have started here. '72 he is. Bonzo looks 10 years younger at least. He was always one of the very fittest players in his wonderful career. Always led the cross-country runs that used to have in pre-season in those days, Alan.
That's clean living for you, Al.
I was going to say, how would you know, but I'll probably not mention that. Great to see him, though, there with his family. And that's now the stand that bears his name.
Talking of clean living, what a player.
Yeah, another stand named in his honour as well.
Yeah, Trev trying to get a few golfing tips there, or maybe giving them.
Well, we're going to have a lengthy stoppage here, clearly. Manquillo seems to have come off worse in that collision. So a very disruptive start here for the visitors. Long journey down yesterday from the northeast, conceding an early goal, and now quite possibly losing a player to injury. Although the fact that that bandage has been applied suggests that he might well continue.
Yeah, a chance for his team, though, just to settle, have a little think about things, and it might disrupt West Ham's rhythm, this stoppage.
Thankfully, both players on the feet and acknowledging the fact that that was a complete accident. Still looks a little stunned, though, doesn't he, the Spaniard? Player with an impressive CV, Liverpool and both the big Madrid clubs amongst them. Keeping out Yedlin at right back. Bit of confusion there as Dubravka raced from his line. Lascelles took charge. Longstaff. Here's Fredericks. A layoff by Noble. Hernandez getting involved. Now Snodgrass. Again, the overlap from Fredericks, but unable to make the cross this time. Not a telling one anyway.
Just lost his footing at the vital moment now, the right back. They're playing some decent football here, West Ham.
They've started well. Manquillo. Asking a lot there of Perez, and across came Ogbonna to to deny him. Ogbonna in on a long run at the moment for the injured Balbuena, who started the season very well. He is back in training, so Ogbonna knows he's got to keep up the consistency that he has showed. Hernandez gets away from the challenge. Snodgrass brought down from behind. Another one of those rested against Manchester City in midweek. He's had a busy season. Only Felipe Anderson on the opposite flank has made more appearances for West Ham. Cresswell. Anderson loses possession this time. Here's Longstaff. Decides to play it early for Perez. And Perez has done well. That's a decent cross towards Rondon. Ritchie picks up the loose ball. And he's brought down. Free kick. Snodgrass claiming he won possession.
Well, if they can get that kind of service into the box, they've got a decent chance in this match to bring Rondon into play. Ritchie trying to do the same, no doubt, before he's brought down, but this is a good opportunity to swing one in. He's been in good form, the centre forward, works incredibly hard.
Well, a set piece brought the West Ham goal. And Newcastle get one from their set piece, which Ritchie will take. Whipped in towards the far post. Too much on it, really. And that gives West Ham the chance to break with Snodgrass. Manquillo happy to concede the throw. Newcastle have one of the best defensive records in the Premier League, but one of the worst records for scoring goals themselves. That's why their fans, I'm sure, dread them going behind in games. They've actually taken the lead in the last 3 games they played before tonight. Fredericks getting involved again. Seen a lot of the ball early on down the West Ham right. Had a long spell out injured, the former Fulham man who was Pellegrini's first signing here. Fredericks. Lanzini. Getting it back to Rice. And it goes to Cresswell.
Lanzini on the ball, he's just following it and trying to knit the play for his team, and he's doing it quite well. Wherever that ball goes, he tends to as well.
Diop. Fredericks. Ooh, strong challenge there by Ritchie. The referee saw nothing wrong with it. Hayden gets it back to Ritchie. Almiron hasn't seen much of the ball early on here, but he has been an instant hit with the Newcastle fans. Lejeune's header, and his return, the Frenchman at centre-back, has coincided with Newcastle's improved form. There's Lascelles.
Yeah, just hope to get a bit of a foothold in this game. Newcastle with some possession. It's not been easy for them to keep hold of the ball.
Got a free kick, however, for that challenge.
And he's one of the players that should be taking the responsibility, Perez, to receive it, keep it, get things moving.
Newcastle starting the game on 31 points from 28 matches, a better record, in fact, than they had at the same stage last season when they went on to finish 10th. And they're now 6 points clear of the relegation places. Cresswell for West Ham. Newcastle trying to settle into a period of possession, but Rice denies them that. Snodgrass. Here's Fredericks. Once again, Lanzini comes deep to get possession for West Ham. Rice out to Cresswell. Such an important player, Lanzini. Been a big miss. Serious knee injury, kept him out for something like 8 or 9 months.
Yeah, they've got a similar type in Sami and Nasri now, whether Pellegrini would play them both in the same team. Don't see why not for certain opponents. Two really good technical players.
Hayden, Manquillo. Allowed to come a long way with the ball there. Could break for Ritchie here. Lejeune, Hayden. Poor first touch, but they've kept possession. Ritchie with the first time cross. And again, an easy one for Fabianski. Diop. Cresswell has Anderson ahead of him on the left flank. And he takes over now. Very much the star of West Ham's season so far. The Brazilian who's just been recalled into the Brazilian squad, incidentally. Top scorer.
Due a goal, I think, isn't he? He's gone a while now.
Yeah, 9 league games since he found the net.
But he is a quality performer, there's no doubt about that.
Well short of Rondon. Here's Manquillo. Dubravka looking for Rondon again. Tidy defending by Aaron Cresswell. There's Diop. Rice. Cresswell. And the main man in the middle of the field again seizes possession. Lanzini.
Yeah, he's had to pick it up fairly deep up until now. He'd want to get 10-15 yards further up the field if he ideally can.
Noble. Ogbonna. That was meant to be down the line for Anderson, but easy interception by Schar, who's a classy customer in possession. Been an excellent signing. Scored a wonderful goal as well against Burnley. Crowd enjoyed that. And the referee gives Noble a free kick as well for the final challenge on him.
Yeah, I bet he enjoyed it as well. Nifty footwork from the captain. Billy Bonds, a big inspiration to him, he says. Don't know how many times Billy Bonds did that.
Mark Noble with the club record appearances in the Premier League for West Ham. There's Rice. Lanzini doing well again. Snodgrass takes over. Cresswell. Anderson to take on Manquillo. Looking to pick out Noble. Almiron is felled by a rather clumsy challenge there by Mark Noble, for which he might well receive a caution.
Surprised he's gone into that one, Noble. Tackling from behind, the outcome could only end one way, really.
Can't really complain about that. Rondon heads on. Rondon there to pick it up again. Perez flicking it forward to no one in particular. Lejeune did well there. Here's Lascelles. Schar. Hayden. Manquillo. Ten men behind the ball for West Ham. Newcastle will have to be patient. Good build-up play though. Ritchie. Longstaff. Schar, who has a terrific shot on him. Manquillo. The cross easily blocked. Schar gets a foot to it. That's got to be offside. And it is. It won't count.
They're squeezing well, West Ham. Coming up as a unit. Had lots of possession in the build-up to this Newcastle. Never really attempts to get back onside, Perez.
Avid note-taker, isn't he? Rafa Benitez. Even when they score a goal, when everyone else is celebrating, he can be seen scribbling something. Could have been a handball by Hernandez, but nothing given. Fredericks. Lanzini. Rice. Here's Cresswell. Diop. Fredericks. Good ball back to him, but the offside flag goes up.
As they give it a foul there. Kind of ran into Ritchie as much as anything.
On the backtracking here. Did well to win that header. Still a bit scrappy just outside that West Ham penalty area. Cresswell with the clearance. Snodgrass wanted an early ball there. He was free if they had been able to find him. Now Noble. Cresswell. Anderson never far away from him. But he's lost possession here. Hayden for Newcastle. Hayden dwelling a little too long on the ball. Anderson. Untidy spell, but he's brought it to an end with a great run here, Anderson. And then couldn't produce the final ball. West Ham still looking threatening here. Rondon. Well played there, Almiron. Just nipped around the challenge.
Newcastle just beginning to have a bit more to say for themselves now.
Longstaff looks to pick out Manquillo. was a brilliant ball again from Longstaff. He really has got a fabulous range of passing.
The problem they had, there was nobody to cut it back to. Two men going for the pass. Rondon couldn't get near.
Cresswell has gone down injured for the second time, of course. He was the player who collided with Manquillo a few minutes ago. I don't know whether he's feeling a bit stunned from that or whether it's a fresh injury.
Masuaku maybe just getting himself ready here.
Yeah, Cresswell, I mentioned earlier, does have a broken toe that he's playing with. That's why he was unable to play against Manchester City in midweek. Masuaku was also out with an injury, but it looks as though he might be called upon now. And the stop-start nature of this half hasn't helped West Ham. Got that early goal, but haven't been able to really build on it since. And it looks as though Cresswell's match is over. He's had to endure a huge number of injuries over the last couple of months, which has stopped West Ham continuing their progress up the table.
Still got a strong bench though there today, hasn't he? When you look at Arnautovic and Nasri, Perez, Antonio, plenty of quality on there.
Yeah, there's two players who would grace most teams. West Ham actually set a new club record for the number of Premier League points they won in December. In fact, in that month, only Liverpool had a better record, but since then, as I mentioned earlier, they've only had one win in 6 games. Arthur Masuaku comes on for Aaron Cresswell. Had a long run in the side earlier in the season when Cresswell was also on the injured list. And we'll restart with a Newcastle corner here. Far too easy again for Fabianski.
Yeah, and with no pressure.
Good early throw out to Noble. That's a fine ball. Menendez. Here's Snodgrass. Danger on in. Rice retains possession. Well, this could be a sensational start as Masuaku with his first touch bore down on goal. Thought better of it. Anderson. Noble wants it out wide. Snodgrass. Curls one in just beyond the reach of Lanzini.
Yeah, and when he does cut in on that left foot rather, you can never discount him finding his target. Lanzini drifting in for one of the first times tonight.
Almiron. There's Ritchie. Looking for Rondon, who inevitably wins the header, but unable to direct it anywhere near goal. Super Sunday begins at Vicarage Road with Watford against Leicester from 11:30. And that's followed by Fulham against Chelsea, 2 p.m. start there. And then that massive Merseyside derby from 4. Masuaku. Here's Rice. Anderson takes over. Lanzini. It's a good ball for Noble. Masuaku in hard on Perez to win it back. That's a foul. Dangerous position to concede a free kick here.
Yeah, I think West Ham have taken the foot off a little bit since that early opener, and signs that they're pushing again. They've certainly got the quality to impose themselves on Newcastle here.
Schar receives a yellow card for that challenge. There could be worse to follow. Lanzini, a formidable customer when it comes to set pieces. Concentration by the Argentine international. Doesn't get that one right though. He's there again. Didn't get that one right either.
Oh, expected much better there. Snodgrass puts him in. You're just thinking he's going to pick somebody out or maybe have a go for goal. In the end, it was neither.
Long time out and only a couple of substitute appearances before this game. Masuaku. Gone back well by Hayden. Manquillo. West Ham have a man down injured. Hayden. Masuaku tries to prevent the corner and does so. Terrific long ball for Snodgrass, who took it in his stride. Oh, that was a full-blooded, committed challenge by both players. And the referee is going to reach for a card here.
Well, it was certainly full-blooded, but I think it was also an honest challenge between the two. It's just the fact that Longstaff got there second, got there a little bit late. That's why Snodgrass is the more hurt of the two.
Oh.
No doubt it would have hurt.
Yeah.
Glad to see the ref not getting carried away. There's going to be a yellow card, but some others might have produced red. Not that I think that would have been the correct decision. Just a bit of over-exuberance.
Longstaff becomes the third player in the referee's notebook, following Mark Noble of West Ham and his teammate Fabianski. You always worry when Snodgrass goes down. He's been an unlucky player when it comes to bad injuries in the last couple of years. Painful one, but it looks as though he's all right to continue, especially as we're so late in the half, albeit there's going to be a fair amount of stoppage time because of all the injuries we've had. Anderson kills one in towards the far side. Oh, that's a penalty, surely. It is. No doubt at all in the referee's mind. The complaints will get Newcastle nowhere.
Well, I think he knows, doesn't he, Lejeune? It's just quick feet from Hernandez to knock the ball away from his man. As soon as he feels the contact, he's always going to go down. If you don't, you never do get the pen, and it is, I think, quite rightly awarded.
And Mark Noble has the ball in his hands. He's scored 18 out of the last 20 penalty kicks he's taken for West Ham. One of the most consistent men from the spot in the Premier League. He has missed occasionally, but not often.
Oops.
False start. Noble tries again. Scores again. The Hammers extend the lead just before half-time.
What a pen that was. Having been forced to retake it, I thought, well, I wondered whether it had put him off, but nothing like practically unstoppable this one when it's in the roof of the net. And what a time to get the second goal. No keeper's going to get that.
Well, it really is a day for West Ham icons, isn't it? Billy Bonds watching from the stands. Mark Noble increasing his team's lead. They scored early on in the half. They've scored late on in the half. And Newcastle have a big task ahead of them now. Bubbles fill the night air here in East London. And Newcastle have got a pretty awful record over the years in the capital city. Are facing the possibility of another setback. Rafa is going to have to come up with something special during the half-time team talk.
Yeah, unlike his opposite number, hasn't got quite so many attacking options.
Although they have got a poor record, as I mentioned, in London. Strangely enough, West Ham has been one of their more successful away fixtures in the capital. Not at the moment. Free kick has been given here to West Ham, but taken from the wrong place, and I think the ball was moving as well. Rice. Fredericks. Dubravka has gone walkabout. That's gone out. Throw in. Has his moments, but he has been excellent. He's played every game since he made his debut a year ago. Rice. Masuaku. Anderson. Hernandez has peeled away into a good position, but he fails to find him. Ogbonna. Playing some good football, the home side. Here's Rice, who set them on the way with that headed goal from an early corner. And Noble, who has increased their lead from the penalty spot. Masuaku. Rice. Snodgrass. Run into a bit of trouble there. Rondon back deep inside his own half. Here's Lanzini. 5 minutes of stoppage time will be played. Surprised there's not a bit more, actually. Rice. Fredericks. Snodgrass. To take on Lejeune. And shaking him off as well. Still going. And wins a free kick.
Almiron, who hasn't been able to influence things going forward. It's been hard for him, but he's just conceded here in his eagerness to win back possession.
Yeah,
could do with
part
him.
of his education, isn't it?
Yeah,
step up from the MLS.
He's so quick, he hasn't had that chance to get in behind the West Ham defence to make those runs off the ball. They need a bit of that from him in the second half.
Well, they've got to concentrate hard here, Newcastle. It would be a disastrous moment to concede again in first half stoppage time. Anderson over the ball. Poor free kick.
Turned into it there, Ritchie. There's appeals for handball. The arm was by his side, though.
Noble. Here's Rice. Good ball again. Anderson. Wouldn't quite open up for him. Rice with an excellent ball. Masuaku looks for Hernandez. Some really well since he came on for the injured Cresswell. Masuaku really settled into it quickly.
Yeah, most of his players been in that attacking third, really.
And here he is again. Ogbonna, Diop. Rice. Masuaku. Noble takes over and finds Lanzini.
Really dominant spell. They've enjoyed the home team. Last 10.
Isolated out on the right touchline there. Little push leads to a free kick. I haven't seen too much from Hernandez, who's got an excellent scoring record over the years against Newcastle and got 2 goals at St James's Park when they won earlier in the campaign. Fredericks. Rather aimless one from him. (2-0) about right on balance, do you think, Alan?
Well, you can't say there's been loads of chances in this match, but West Ham have certainly been the better team, more enterprising, more about them.
Can Almiron change things here for Newcastle? Manquillo looking for the return from Perez, who had to go back instead to Schar. Now Manquillo again with the cross, and that will lead to a late corner for Newcastle.
They got some good headers of the ball in there. Not least Lascelles, the other 2 centre-halves. Rondon need a good delivery here.
Long time since Lascelles has scored, in fact, a year. Schar is already very much on the score sheet. 3 goals. Ritchie with the corner. Good clearance by Diop. Danger hasn't gone yet, though, and he's in there again with another fine challenge.
Magnificent that from the 22-year-old, really was. To concede now would have totally changed the complexion of the match. What about that? Clean as you like.
This will be the last action. Cleared by Masuaku, and there indeed is the half-time whistle. It's been a very good half for West Ham United. Declan Rice, the young player of the year, with his 2nd goal of the campaign, a header from an early corner, and then a clear penalty converted with his usual style by Mark Noble. Kelly will be back to look over the first 45 minutes, which is ended West Ham 2, Newcastle 0.
Please welcome back the fans of West Ham United.
West Ham 2-0 up at half-time. Jamie Redknapp and Kevin Nolan alongside me. Jamie, you said, though, that there had been signs from Newcastle that they could produce something in the second half. What do they need to do?
I think they've got to get the ball into Almiron as much as they can. He's the one player that you can think can make a bit of a difference. I think where Lanzini's been in the game all the time, they've got to hit him on the ball, make him have a bit more of an impact. And if they can, because it's been quite comfortable for Declan Rice in that midfield, get the ball up to Rondon, second balls, and something might happen from there. But they've just got to make sure they get that next goal.
It's going to be difficult, though, against the West Ham side who are putting in a really good performance here today.
Yeah, I mean, there was a few stoppages in that half, which I thought really broke up the flow of West Ham. But I think, all in all, they were better in the first half. Newcastle have got to come out and be much better in the second half, and they've got to get the next goal if they want
to take you through the second half, then, your commentary team of Alan Smith and Alan Parry.
And as you can see, Diame is about to come on here for Newcastle United. Had 2 years as a West Ham player and scored for Newcastle when they won 3-2 here last season. He's missed a few games recently with a hip problem.
Substitution for Newcastle United.
And the man he replaces is Longstaff, which is a bit of a surprise. I don't know whether that's anything to do with his yellow card in the first half or a possible injury that we don't know anything about. But anyway, Diame on in his place. Newcastle have taken 13 points from the last 18 available before tonight and risen from the relegation places to 14th in the Premier League table, but obviously they're up against it here. However, you have to say West Ham very rarely keep a clean sheet, and they do have a nasty habit of conceding goals in the second half of their games. So certainly all is not lost for Rafa's team with 45 minutes still to play. Here's Manquillo. What do you make of that change, Alan?
Well, there might have been an injury involved, and as you said, he was on a yellow card. Longstaff, he's had a good run in the team, but in Diame, Rafa Benitez has got a more experienced player, a bit more power, somebody can surge forward, give them a bigger threat from midfield, possibly.
Schar coming forward from his defensive role. Masuaku prevents what would have been a corner. He came on when Cresswell was injured in the first half. Diame dispossessed. Anderson way back on the edge of his own penalty area looking for Hernandez. Cleared then by Fredericks. Newcastle needed a little spell of possession like this, and they need a bit of inspiration to get back into this game.
Yeah, you'd expect to see them showing a bit more intent, be a little bit more aggressive.
Rondon, Hayden, easy one for the goalkeeper to allow to pass the far post. It was never going to beat him. Frustration for Rafa, who in his time in the Premier League has actually enjoyed more wins against West Ham than against any other club. Hayden there to win it again. Handball. Lanzini will be pleased to get, well, at least 45, almost 50 minutes under his belt after his long injury layoff. Cruciate knee ligament has kept him out for very nearly 10 months.
It does take time to regain full sharpness, to get the brain thinking as quickly as it does when you're in full flow, but he's shown his quality out there.
Here's Perez showing his quality. Gets it back from Rondon. Well, I'm sure that was meant to be a shot, and it was a shot that was off target.
Yeah, I think he's just going for that far corner. Well, that's a bit more like it from Newcastle. It's not the easiest of angles, but he really does drag it badly, Perez.
Might have been better looking for the man coming in from the left. But I suppose in that position, you would have expected a shot from Perez. Ritchie, the man he could have picked out. 5 goals Perez has scored this season. And that would have been the perfect way to start the second half for Newcastle. And that's off for West Ham. Ogbonna getting it back to Fabianski. Not sure he really wanted it there, the goalkeeper. Here's Rice. Lanzini. Masuaku. Noble. Fredericks. Meticulous build-up so far, although they haven't made much ground. Ogbonna made a splendid tackle to deny a possible goal at the end of the first half. Here's Anderson running into trouble, but Masuaku keeps it in play. Noble. Well, I think he thought Masuaku was going to run on.
Well, he normally would have gone Masuaku because he's always thinking about
Schar. There's Lejeune, who gave away the penalty that enabled West Ham to increase their lead just before the end of the half.
Such a well-worked free kick, wasn't it? When you look at Hernandez's movement, just peeling around the back, finding some space.
Diame, big, powerful, and when he gets on a run like this, he's hard to stop. Ritchie to his left. Hayden. There's Lascelles. Ritchie. And the cross deflected behind for a corner.
Well, there has been a response of sorts. You'd have expected it after their manager Benitez would have gone into him in that half-time dressing room, I'm sure. And a goal would change so many things.
Lejeune and Lascelles both near the penalty spot here. It's Anderson who clears the lines initially for West Ham. And there he is again. Clever ball for Hernandez. Pushed over. Free kick.
Just letting your opponent out of jail there by conceding the foul.
Masuaku gets away from Perez. Can't shake off Manquillo for the moment. Rice there to help him. Noble. Here's Rice. Masuaku. Anderson coming in from the left touch line. Lanzini finds him. Really has been a great success. He's not just leading scorer, he's also created most chances for his teammates this season. And leads the rankings in just about every category you can think of for West Ham.
Well, it was a big investment, wasn't he? Comes with a lot of expectation on his shoulders. Never easy settling into a new league, but he's done pretty well.
Well, when they're all fit, West Ham have a very impressive squad, and a top table finish, top half of the table finish, is very much within their sight, you would think. Rice doing well there in that tangle. Masuaku. Oh, lovely layout, wasn't it? Masuaku continues and finds Snodgrass. Looks a bit tight for a cross here. West Ham retained possession for the moment. Not now. Can Newcastle hit them on the break? Well, they haven't really got too many players forward at the moment. Rondon was way out on the left flank. He's coming in now as Manquillo has possession. And he finds Rondon. And then Hayden. And Manquillo's there again.
And it all got so tight, didn't it, in the middle of that 18-yard area. Trying to pick a path through the middle.
Lanzini. Good skill from him. Oh, Lejeune just got a foot there. Otherwise, they could have been in trouble because Snodgrass was unmarked.
Well, Lanzini's always lifting his head. He's always aware of the players around him, and he saw Snodgrass and he did try and find him, just didn't get the height on the pass.
Actually, I'm not sure Lejeune did make any contact. So that's one they got away with there, Newcastle. Well, they'll be encouraged so far by the way they've started the second half. That had gone out of play. Schar. Lejeune. There's Ritchie. Lascelles. Schar. Rondon with the layoff. Hayden. It's there again, Hayden. Looking to get it back from Rondon, who tried the shot instead.
Nice link up between Rondon and Hayden here. That's a clever little flick from the midfielder. Just using his strength to hold off his man, Rondon.
First shot on target that Newcastle have had. First save for Fabianski, which is unusual for him because the statistics prove he's been the busiest goalkeeper of any in the Premier League over the last 3 seasons.
Well, it is a problem. You alluded to it earlier, Al. Newcastle, they're not the most prolific team in this division. That is where they would like to strengthen, I'm sure. Almiron's come in with an effort to do that, but he hasn't been able to get into it today so far.
Yeah, Rondon remains their major goal threat. 2 Newcastle players colliding on that far side, which has opened up a possibility here for West Ham. Well, it was a difficult one for Hernandez coming in with the ball at pace.
Yeah, it was. You see him doing this so often, scurrying in to try and get on the end of a ball. Poor defending from Newcastle, 2 players going for the same. He was never going to keep that on target.
Apologise if our effects mic picked up 1 or 2 naughty words there. Rondon fails to win that scrap. So good in the air. Ritchie, Lejeune. Impressive ball by Dubravka to Manquillo. Not a very impressive ball by him, though. keeping possession better, but not getting anywhere with it at the moment, Newcastle. Schar. There's Manquillo, Rondon. Perez.
Plenty of changes in the full-back positions, West Ham, but in Diop and Ogbonna, they're building up a really good understanding since Balbuena's injury. Those two West Ham centre-halves. So it's not going to be easy for Newcastle up against this pair.
Snodgrass. Noble can slow things down. Why not? The scoreline very much in West Ham's favour. It's Newcastle who have to do the pressing. Rice. Lanzini with another lovely little layup to Masuaku. It's not a bad ball. Oh, it was always going to be a difficult angle there for Hernandez.
Beautifully picked out though from Masuaku, wasn't he? Just put a bit of cut on this cross into him. I mean, to squeeze one in from there, he's asking a lot. But being the poacher that he is, Hernandez, I think he was always going to try it.
Yeah, one of the original box players. Most of his goals come from very short range. And of course it was the challenge on him that led to the penalty. Converted by Noble. Here goes Anderson. Did well there, Anderson. Lanzini onto the through ball. Anderson wants it back again. He's gone to the far post instead. Bit of a misunderstanding between defender and goalkeeper, but Newcastle survived that moment. Almiron. Hayden takes over. Perez. Strong challenge on him, but a fair one.
Yeah, ref right on top of that. Felt the defender got the ball. Certainly a strong challenge, diving in. Perhaps did get his studs to it, Ogbonna. Yeah.
Still not happy, Perez. Gesturing towards the referee as well. Ogbonna, well, he does like a sliding tackle and he's good at them. No. Once again, Perez beaten to it. Anderson. He's got Hernandez in the centre. Force wide though. It's a goal kick. Change on the way for Newcastle. A second change, of course, because remember they brought Diame on at half-time. And it's the man with the new blonde hairstyle, Paul Dummett, who's been out for a while now with a hamstring problem, who will come on. He's also a substitute against Burnley in midweek, and he replaces Fabianski, which we can only imagine is a tactical change here by Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, he's just telling his defensive teammates going to a 4 now. He felt the change had to be made just to try and mix things up here.
Lejeune looking to pick out Manquillo on the right flank. Masuaku gets there first. Hayden. Great bit of skill there from Anderson. And he leaps over the challenge. What a run this is. Couldn't quite slide it through to Hernandez. No free kick. Newcastle stopped there. Diame's clearance. Here's Rondon. It's getting lively again after a quiet start to the half. Perez gets the through ball from Almiron. Now he finds Diame. Thought about the shot. Diame's there again. He won't brush him off the ball easily. And his deflected shot goes out for a corner.
Yeah, they'll take that. They've got a three-pronged attack now with Perez, Rondon and Almiron. See if that can make the difference. Ask a few more questions of that West Ham defence.
Yellow card for Masuaku by the looks of it. I'm not entirely sure why. Ritchie with the corner. Diame unable to get that ahead of Rice, whose clearance sets up a counter-attack here. Another yellow card, this time for Hayden.
Well, Hernandez had got himself in a great position. If they could have just found him. But Hayden doing his very best to stop that counter. This was Masuaku's booking, the ref saw it.
Yeah, good spot by referee Kavanagh. It looks great when it comes off. If you're the manager, you're thinking, what are you doing? No look. Outfield magic from Lucas Fabianski.
Well, he's not made many mistakes over the last couple of years. He's been so solid for West Ham.
And here come the Hammers again. Anderson. Rice. Lanzini finding it tough to get round Manquillo. Good enough to force the throw though. Arnautovic about to enter the fray. Chicharito, Hernandez, the man who will replace.
Well, played a big part in this match in earning that penalty to get West Ham the second goal. Just gives them that nice bit of breathing space. Sharp work from him.
And on in his place, a quality player. West Ham's player of the year last season. He's been out for illness recently. Eight goals to his name this season. He gets involved straight away. Anderson. Breaks here to Lanzini. It's a clever cross. Scary moment then for Newcastle. A third goal and it would surely be all over. Ritchie, who switched over to this side now with Dummett coming on the left. Here is Dummett. Lejeune. Diame. Always the threat of a West Ham counter-attack here. Arnautovic just short of winning possession there. Here's Rondon. Manquillo. Cross was always going to evade his teammate there.
Yeah, when they've had those chances, and there haven't been many, haven't been able to produce the quality necessary. It's not a difficult pick-out, really. This is Lanzini a few seconds earlier with a little Ogbonna, which can twist your ligaments if you're not careful.
Ritchie. It was a good effort. And Rondon's header deflected behind again for a corner.
Well, I think that was heading for the far corner. As to whether Fabianski would have got it, that's a different matter. First real decent cross in towards Rondon, something he can attack. Need a bit more of this.
Rondon closely marked. Perez waiting for any potential knockdown here. It's got to be a foul on the keeper, yeah. Lascelles the guilty man.
Last thing Newcastle want is the keeper clutching the ball out of the air under no pressure.
Obviously, Benitez does not agree. That was a foul. Who would be a fourth official? You don't get to make any decisions, and then you get all the stick, and the referee does. Scott, the man getting an earful tonight. Diame, who's been impressive since coming on as a half-time substitute, finding Rondon here. Rondon's done well to get away from that challenge, but the flag has gone up for offside against Almiron.
Well, the change in formation and attitude really has had an effect for Newcastle. They are looking a little more dangerous.
Arnautovic. Fredericks. Snodgrass. To Diop. Arnautovic. Pull that down beautifully. Lanzini and Anderson combining, but Hayden steps in to win it back for Newcastle United. Manquillo. Ritchie. Here's Lascelles. Can they find the goal in the next few minutes that would give them hope going into the final quarter of an hour? Lejeune. His clumsy challenge on Hernandez leading to the penalty that gave West Ham breathing room just before the interval. Ritchie. Hayden couldn't win it. There's Anderson. Lascelles steps in to win it back, though, and finds Diame. And it goes to Perez. Good run by him, but a step too far in the end.
Yeah, and West Ham did well not to foul him as well. Easy to stick out a leg and concede the free kick just outside the box.
Snodgrass. There's Diop. Manquillo. Hayden. Ritchie takes over. Diame. Here's Perez. The layoff, finding Almiron, and his shot always looked as though it was going wide.
Yeah, it's a long way out, and he didn't catch it as he needed to from that distance. But he's seen a bit more of the ball, a bit more of the action.
Well, don't forget that you can see all today's Premier League goals available through the Sky Sports app. And then tomorrow we have a triple bill for you on Super Sunday, beginning with Watford against Leicester. Then it's Fulham against Chelsea. And to round off a great day of viewing, Everton versus Liverpool. Well, including stoppage time, they've got about 15 minutes to try and rescue something here, Newcastle. And it hasn't really looked likely, but one goal can dramatically change the picture. Just that one save that Fabianski's had to make from Rondon in the second half. Snodgrass unable to keep possession there. But here's Rice. Cleared by Dummett to Rondon. Free kick given away. Ooh. And now Newcastle will make that change. Atsu, who's lost his place to Almiron since the South American arrived. Hayden, the player who replaces.
Well, an extra attacker, a bit more pace. Will it make the difference?
A change for West Ham. Mark Noble, scorer of the second goal from the penalty spot, will have to hand over the captain's armband, which he does. Big round of applause for him as Pedro Obiang prepares to replace him.
Yeah, I think on the day Billy Bonds was honoured, it will mean a lot to Mark Noble if he scores a goal in a winning performance. He's a proud captain of this club.
Obiang on in his place. He made a rare start against Manchester City in midweek. Lascelles, a layoff by Ritchie, too short for Perez. Anderson. Here's Rice. Been very effective in this second half down the left-hand side, West Ham. Anderson and Lanzini and Masuaku occasionally have combined very well. Not long for Arnautovic. He claims he was fouled. Doesn't convince the referee though. Towering header then by Ogbonna has had a really good game at the heart of West Ham's defence. Almiron finding Ritchie. Given away there rather clumsily. Now Anderson up against Lascelles. Lanzini. There's too many men in the way, and you won't knock Diame off the ball. The man Mountain wins it back. Here's Manquillo. Perez. Dummett. Diame again. Looking for Ritchie. Lascelles.
I have seen plenty of the ball, but just not found a way, Newcastle, to work Fabianski enough.
Atsu gets his first touch and gets it back again in a good position here. Decent cross as well. Good effort by Rondon as the ball was slightly behind him.
That's another good block by Ogbonna, that. Whether it's him or Diop, they've answered the call when necessary. Past the near post, always difficult for the forward. But he has got a bit more service this second half, Rondon.
He'll be the target again, and he wins the header again. Anderson. Manquillo says it should be a Newcastle throw, but it's not. And there's Newcastle's capital curse about to strike again. They very rarely seem to win in London. Masuaku. That's a dangerous ball. It nearly dropped for Atsu. Got away with it. Diop. Ritchie. Here's Manquillo. Ritchie wanted to get back. And Lascelles should have found him, but Anderson anticipated. He's got Arnautovic forward with him here. And the back heel is blocked. Inventive stuff there from West Ham.
Yeah, we saw Sadio Mane score with a back heel, didn't we, the other day for Liverpool. Snodgrass trying something similar. And he got 3 men in the way.
Atsu. Lascelles. Here's Ritchie. Perez coming very deep to receive it. Finds Dummett. Now Rondon. Roar of anticipation as Arnautovic wins possession here. He finds Lanzini, who goes down just outside the box. Free kick has been given rather harshly, I thought. Referee clearly believing it was a bad challenge because he's produced the card as well for Diame.
Yeah, sometimes I just wonder about the referees thinking, yeah, it might have been a foul, it might have been. I'm not quite sure why that is deemed a yellow card.
In fact, the yellow card was shown to goalkeeper Dubravka for his, well...
Oh, take it all back, ref.
Loud protest, yeah.
Well
anyway,
done.
he's got to face a free kick here. And Lanzini was off target with his effort in the first half. So he's going to leave this one to either Anderson or Snodgrass. Snodgrass takes it.
A bit floaty, this one.
Contributed 4 goals to West Ham's season so far. Rondon winning a good header there. Here's Ritchie. Manquillo. Lascelles. Ritchie again. With the left foot cross this time. Atsu came to meet it. And Rondon was involved as well, but the flag was actually gone up for offside.
Well, they have delivered much better balls in the box in this second half. Once he made a motion towards the ball, Rondon, he was going to get flagged.
Well, it's looking as though this is going to be the first time this season that Newcastle haven't picked up an away point against teams outside the top 6. West Ham have a record for conceding late goals, but 2 in the minutes remaining, unlikely.
Benitez will just be thinking about those goals that they have conceded. The first one particularly from a corner. No coach, manager will be happy with that kind of thing when they have been largely very good defensively. The record tells you that.
Perez trying to find a way through here. And now we're going to have a free kick in a similar position to moments ago, but this time for Newcastle. Another yellow card, this time for Diop. Ritchie and Rondon in consultation. Fabianski trying to get the wall right. There's a number of Newcastle players as well as his own teammates between him and the ball here. Rondon! Oh, great effort. So unlucky. Well, that could have made for a very interesting climax here. Manquillo. Here's Ritchie. Early for Rondon. Just tired there at the end. Still battling to try and win it back, though. Here's Masuaku for West Ham. Arnautovic has peeled away. Couldn't find him, but he's still there to win it back. And lays it up. And Lanzini's shot is safe.
I wonder whether the pass out to the right to Snodgrass would have been the better one for Arnautovic.
Atsu. Well, there's that unfortunate effort by Rondon. going to be Newcastle's final opportunity of getting back into this game. We're about to find out how much time will be added. A minimum of 3 minutes. Perez. Atsu. Oh, it wasn't the best clearance. Too many bodies in the way. Newcastle just couldn't find a way through. But here's Atsu again. Dummett with the cross this time, not the best. Cleared by Ryan Fredericks.
Well, they've always done enough, West Ham, defensively tonight. If something's needed blocking, invariably they've managed it. It's not the easiest of chances up the other end for Lanzini, but it was certainly an opportunity. He had Snodgrass to pass to. Just hoping to use a couple of players as shields to unsight Dubravka. This is Rondon's. It's a good save. He doesn't do much wrong, the striker. Fabianski gets across quickly, really quickly. That's the top stop.
Here goes Atsu. He's been lively since he came on and gets it back again from Rondon. His shot. Oh, the wild effort. And he must now be thinking the long trip home is going to be an unhappy one.
Yeah, they've had plenty to cheer lately, but tonight their team haven't been quite at the top level that they are capable of.
West Ham unbeaten, almost certainly now in their last 5 games here at the London Stadium.
Yeah, almost beginning to feel like home. Who knows? It's been a good record here, and good atmosphere here tonight as well.
Lejeune. Finding Ritchie. Perez. Well, it's been a day of celebrations for West Ham United on and off the field. Before the kick-off, the great Billy Bonds was honoured when the East Stand here at the London Stadium was named after him. And that huge smile from a former West Ham captain tells the story of the 90 minutes that followed. An important win again for the Hammers. Young Declan Rice with a great header from an early corner in the first half, giving them the lead. And then another icon, Mark Noble, increasing that lead from the penalty spot just before half-time after a clumsy challenge by Lejeune on Javier Hernandez. Newcastle had their moments. Rondon so unlucky with that shot that hit the woodwork right at the end. But in the end, their brief resurgence has hit a little bit of a pothole here. Remember, they'd taken 13 points from the last 18 available. But it wasn't to be tonight, and West Ham can sing their famous Bubbles anthem, the winners by 2-0.